Yo, 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 yeah, it's your boy, some call me Quinn. You know what it is. I snuck in here podcast. We back. I know we've been gone for a minute, but as you can see, we had to go back to our roots and go back and do a review on this new Superman movie that came out. So we're gonna talk about how we felt about it. You see, I got my boys Green Lantern Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific behind me as my Funkos, but those aren't my only partners in crimes that I got today. You know, I had to bring my boy with me so we can go over what's going on tonight. Hey, see where you at?
Right here, Fortress of Solitude.
Absolutely, my boy. Absolutely. So you saw the movie, I saw the movie, right? What day you see it?
Friday. And the crazy thing is, we have both when we were texting each other earlier in the week, we both said we was going to see it on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it worked out, but then we end up both going to see it Friday night around the same time.
Bro,
I ended up
we was both when I'm telling you, we was both in the theater at the exact moment of the movie. Like we was there at the exact moment of the fucking movie, and that was just by chance. You know, I don't like to get spoiled, so I felt like I had wanted to wait till Saturday, but I was like, man, I feel like if I wait one more day,
Yeah,
they're gonna
I
start
didn't I didn't
spoiling.
trust social media. That was the main reason why I was like, you know what, I need to go open the day
Yeah.
because I do not want to get shocked with anything.
And y'all have to excuse me. I'm getting some type of sore throat. This is just apple juice and water. You know, if it was our gossip story, it'd be tequila, but this is just some apple J. Hold on.
Get a little sip, little sip.
I mean, just get the throat a little, you know,
A little parched.
yeah, just a little part. So, but no, so I want to break into it because I'm gonna let you go first, but I had to sleep on it because where I ranked it when I first saw it,
Woo.
I think I was a little biased. I think I was a
Yeah,
little biased, and I slept on it. Now it didn't change that much my ranking, but it did change after I slept on it a little bit. There's some pros to this movie. There's a lot of pros to this movie, but there's some cons to this movie. And I've been listening to people's reviews, and it's like nobody is giving like a real review. They either like, I hate James Gunn, so they're just gonna hate
mhm.
it, or it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it's neither one of those.
No.
So I'm gonna let you give your thoughts. We're gonna just everybody. We're gonna start with a non-spoiler review the first few minutes, and then we'll break into the movie with spoilers. So see what you thought overall.
Overall, I I gave the film I think I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, and it was a traditional James Gunn film. You knew what you were going to get. You knew you were going to get certain scenes, certain musical elements, certain vibrance. Um, I think they did a great job with the casting. I think they did a great job with the casting.
Yeah.
I was surprised that it was a little bit under 2 hours. That's not a spoiler. Anybody can see that on the runtime.
Right.
But if I'll say this, when Henry Cavill took on the cape, it was it was great because he looked like Superman, right? But David Cornsweet, the current Superman, he actually can act like Superman and Clark Kent. So I appreciated that aspect. Overall, I enjoyed the film overall, though.
Now, do you think before I give my take on it, do you think Henry Cavill's acting was he can't do the acting, or you think Zack Snyder just doesn't know how to write
Zack
um
Zack Snyder just doesn't know how to write human emotion.
human
Zack
emotions?
Snyder knows how to blow things up and
How to show
make you,
Superman rip somebody's break somebody's neck.
yeah, like when you're watching a Zack Snyder film, you're either on PCP or cocaine because it's like a rage.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they did a disservice to Henry Cavill because he never got a chance to actually perform with a great script.
Yeah. So I'll my non-spoiler. So when I first saw it and got out the movie, I I gave it 5.5 out of 10. A 5.5 out of 10. There was some things that really rubbed me the wrong way. I have some thoughts about James Gunn. Um, but as I thought about it and I went to sleep on it, I did move. I moved it up to a 6.5. I'm not even going to go 7. I think I do think it's a good movie. I did enjoy it, so I enjoy it more than I dislike it.
Okay.
Some parts in it that just is too James Gunny to me. James Gunn unfortunately has a problem thinking that everyone knows who he is. And unless you're comic book nerds, I know who he is. You know who he is. You know, if you Marvel people might know who he is if you like know the directors and stuff, but my mom doesn't know who James Gunn is. She knows who Steven Spielberg is. She knows who James Cameron is. She doesn't know who James Gunn is. I think James Gunn thinks that everybody knows who he is. If you looked at all like the marketing of it, he's in all the marketing.
All of it.
He's in all the marketing. Creature Commandos, which is technically the start of the DCU.
He's in that intro.
He's in the intro. Like nobody knows who you are like that, and that bothers me. Before I even go into the Superman movie, I just as a whole with the DCU, the James Gunn of it bothers me. So if you look at, sorry DC fans, I'm gonna go Marvel real quick. When you took Endgame and Infinity War, that was a mashup of all these different styles of directors. And they put it into a movie, and that's what makes Infinity War and Endgame so amazing, because you took all those different styles and you was able to make it flow perfectly. But if the entire universe is going to be James Gunn movies, like he's writing all the main characters, he's writing the Batmans, he's writing Supergirl. Go ahead.
If any of our hip hop rap fans are listening and watching this, James Gunn is Baby of Cash Money, and Kevin Feige at Marvel is Slim.
Yep.
So Slim, Kevin Feige, he gonna get shit done behind the scenes, and he don't care about being all in front of the cameras and stuff. James Gunn, on the other hand, he wants to be an actor, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
He wants to be just as important as them.
Yeah, I believe that too. I'm gonna think about, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm not going any higher than a 7 though. Because 6, when you say even 6 sounds like disrespectful, and I did like the movie, but the parts that I didn't like, I can't push it up any further than that. It's barely tipping 7. Barely tipping 7. So let's break into some things. So what was your favorite part of the movie?
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific was 100% the breakout character of this film. Like there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Like he is the man.
He killed every scene he was in.
Yeah.
Every scene he was in, he owned it. I mean, from a comedy aspect to being serious to action, every scene he was in, only thing I was thinking was, I want more screen time with him.
With Mr. Terrific. Yeah. Bro. Like I was watching it, and because this, I forget the name of the actor, but he was what was he in
He's an
X-Men?
X-Men First Class.
He was X-Men First Class, and he's the character that was supposed to be able to adapt to any situation. They killed him off, and it was like, that's his power is literally that he has the ability to adapt to anything. So for him to come back and get some retribution and come back with this dope character, because I remember Mr. Terrific from the Flash TV show.
from the Arrowverse. He was on Arrow.
Yeah, he was on Arrow, but that wasn't it. That's not what I was looking for when I'm looking for. But bro, he definitely had the best scene. He had that classic James Gunn scene. I'll give James Gunn credit on that. The scene where him and Lois are going to check the portal out, and he just whooped the shit out of
Whoop.
all of them.
And did it with like this cool swag, like demeanor. Like
Right,
you didn't even feel the brother broke a sweat.
right.
Like he was anticipating everything, and I was like, yo, I know we're not gonna get a Mr. Terrific film, but if we even got like a Mr. Terrific miniseries on HBO Max,
Yeah.
I I would love that because it was amazing.
A Mr. Terrific, and that's what they used to utilize HBO Max for. Just like they did the Penguin with the Batman, they need to give him something. Like he was too amazing in this movie. My only thing that I don't like about Mr. Terrific is they had to do the Shaft voice with him. I was like, I don't know why he talking with the Shaft voice. Like, come on now, fool. You know, I'm a black man that was clearly written by a white man, but you know, so I talk like this. Like, you one of the smartest people on the planet. Like, it was funny, but I was like, I would have preferred a different voice. But other than that, I love the character. He's my favorite character in the movie.
Well,
Hands.
let me ask you this: would you have preferred the cadence of his voice in this depiction more than the depiction and the cadence of the voice from the actor that played Mr. Terrific in Arrow?
I would prefer this one more.
Okay.
I would prefer this one more than that one. But I think there's a balance. I just feel like it went. But the thing about it, again, this is the most comic book. Let me take him off the screen. This is the most comic book movie I've ever watched in my life. If that,
Really?
like, but it's good, but it's very comic booky, and I realized that going into this movie, when I saw when they showed Crypto, that dog, and he has a cape on, I was like, okay, this is a comic book movie.
Yeah.
Like, I have to
Yeah.
go in here. I had to go in here with different perspective, and like the way I look at this movie, I can't judge it how I judge like Endgame, you know, because this is going to be completely different. Once I went in with it like that, then I was able to understand it a little bit better. But yeah, it's definitely the most comic book movie that I've seen. So let's go into it. Let's start at the beginning.
Okay. Let me ask you one more question.
Yeah.
Do you feel it was one of the most comic book films that you saw based off of like the actors in the movie when certain things were going on, they treated it like it was just like a normal day. And that's the perception you would get reading the comic. Like everyone knows like there's aliens. Everyone knows that there's this. And it's
So that's
not
what
like,
I
wow.
appreciated. That's what I appreciate. I did appreciate it. So the movie starts mid battle, and
Yeah.
the credits. He's like, "Hey, metahumans have been here for 300 years. What did it say? 300 years, 30 years ago, an alien crashed in Kansas.
3 years ago,
3 years
he
ago, he made
introduced
his
himself.
debut.
Yeah.
And then 3 minutes ago, he got his ass whooped for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so that's as much of an origin as I need. Okay, boom. You didn't set the story up for me. I don't need any backstory. You don't gotta show me a baby Superman or nothing like that. I was cool with it.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. Let's go to this Superman though. Let's go to this
Okay.
Superman. No, let me hold off to Superman. Let's start with the Daily Planet. Now, this is one of the things that I don't like. I'm gonna start with something I don't like about this movie, and that's the Daily Planet character storyline, all that. I think that the Daily Planet storyline. So you got Cat Grant, you got Steve, you got Perry White. I'm going to leave Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane out of it because they're Daily Planet, but you know those are main characters. But I just felt like the Daily Planet of this movie was so pointless. Cat Grant was, I mean, look at the photo. That she was there just for this. I don't
Yeah,
even know if
played
she had.
by
I don't even know if she had words in the movie. Honestly,
Michaela Hoover.
Michaela Hoover.
Yeah,
She was
Michaela
talking, but
Hoover.
I wasn't listening. I'll tell you that much.
I was looking.
I was looking, but I wasn't listening.
I
Like it
was
was,
looking.
and you know a little bit more about this character. So what is this character supposed to be like in the actual comics?
Well, in the comics, she worked as a gossip columnist. Um, she had this feud with Lois Lane a lot in the comics because, ironically, she had a crush on Clark also. And in some interpretations of the comics, depending on you read like the New 52 series, uh Clark and Kat actually dated for a while. And Kat ends up becoming the Daily Planet's rival when she launches her own media conglomerate, Cat Code Media. So in the comics, she's like, she talks her shit. She's wealthy, and I just like you said, I just feel like they put her in there is eye candy when she's really not a background character in the comics. She does play pivotal roles.
Okay, yeah, she didn't do any of that in the movie.
No.
Nah, she didn't do it. She was just talking to Lois, babbling on about something, but because of what was going on in the background, I think even the movie played like we're not really supposed to hear what she's saying while she's babbling to Lois, and like I didn't. This character meant nothing to me. Like I think out of all the main characters, I ranked her last for it. And then there was Steve.
Yeah, they
Comic
did a disservice to Steve in the
comic
movie.
relief. Uh Again, I'm not gonna act like I'm familiar with this character, so tell me about this one if you know him. I don't know this guy.
Steve is the definition of HR lawsuits, right? So I feel that like everyone's still so caught up in the cancel culture and Me Too movement that they didn't really let a true accurate version of Steve be portrayed in the film. But he does everything from hitting on all the women, of course, hitting on Lois. He's always talking about, look at my muscles. I'm stronger than Superman. And, we got a small version of this arrogant, narcissistic individual in the film, but it lacked the confidence that Steve has in the comics. So that's what I didn't like. It's like, oh, that's not the guy that I'm used to seeing in comics or in DC animated films over the last 20 years. So
Yeah.
once again, like you said, another character that they could have truly gone without.
Yeah. Again, I don't know this character. I'm not strongly familiar with him, so I'm just going based off the movie. So just me watching the movie, I don't know who this. I don't know why he's supposed to be so important. I don't know why Perry tells him to come on. He can get on the spaceship. Like it was just, I didn't get no connection other than a little bit of comic relief when they were at the newspaper. But
Yeah.
other than that, and then Perry White, and this is played by my boy, man.
Oh.
This is one of this. I love this actor, man. What's his name? Like Winston. I forget what his name.
Wendell Pierce.
Wendell Pierce. Love this actor, man. And I just felt like it was such a throwaway performance. This now when I'm talking about this Daily Planet, this is why I can't go past a 7. Because let me pause before we start
Oh.
talking about Perry and Daily Planet. The movie has a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this movie, and there's a lot of action. I don't think there's too many boring parts in this movie. It's always going, like it's always
Yeah.
going, but it's trying to fit so much into it that like the Daily Planet is like a throwaway piece in this movie to me. Like you can literally take these characters out of this movie, and I don't think it would affect my judgment on it at all. Like, period. I think they just put them in it because Superman has to have the Daily Planet. And go ahead.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that James Gunn was talking about on one of these, like, behind the scenes of the film. He was saying that not every character in this film will have like standout moments, but because we're building this new universe, each of the characters that are going to be in the film, they're in the film because they are overall important to the universe.
Mhm.
So maybe if we get a Superman 2, you know, they're gonna give Wendell Pierce, aka
Perry White.
Perry White, they're
He
gonna
doesn't like to be called Chief.
that's right. He had to check Jimmy. Um, maybe they will build on it.
Yeah,
So I, I kind of get both sides of it, and as you know, in Hollywood, they always want to trim out and re-edit certain things. So
mhm.
some of these actors and characters that we just went over, they could have had more speaking roles,
They
and
could have more.
maybe we'll get an extended cut.
Right. All right, let's move on to another character that I think, and just like what you just said, is more important than what the movie made him to be. He's more of a through line. Um, so I think we need to go to Rick Flag Sr. So
Oh, without a
this
doubt,
this character is going to be very important for the DCU.
out of doubt, Mr.
He is
Frank
I
Grillo.
think he's going to be like the not Nick Fury, but he's going to be that character that has his hands in like all the other movies. He was already in Creature Commando. Now he's in this, and you can tell what they said at the end when he was talking to the other senator or whatever he was, that
Yeah,
the metahumans are in charge now, and the way he looked. So this character is going to get more important over time. But in this movie, I think he only had what, 3 scenes?
he only had like 3 scenes, but those scenes are very important
Mhm.
scenes because it's leading into season 2 of Peacemaker.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
he's going to have a major, major, major role in season 2 of Peacemaker. And, I'm not going to spoil anything of why, but
Yeah. Mm. No
people
spoilers for
definitely,
Peacemaker, everybody. We
yeah.
good.
If you want to get more acclimated with Rick Flag Sr., first thing you need to do is watch the Suicide Squad,
The
the
James Gunn
the,
version,
the, the
yes.
James Gunn version. You need to watch that. Then you need to watch season 1 of Peacemaker. Then you need to watch the animated show Creature Commandos. And if you watch those 3 things and then you go see Superman, you'll be able to put it all together to be like, oh yeah, Quinn was 1,000% correct. He's going to be the Nick Fury
Mhm.
of the DC universe.
Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't make how the trailers was making him look. They was making it look like he was gonna be a bad guy in this movie, and I'm glad
Yeah,
that that wasn't the case for it, because I don't know how the character turn would have happened like that, but I don't think he's necessarily going to be a good guy either. I think he's going to be one of those. He's going to be the authority. He's going to have to shut some shit down, and work on that. But I'm intrigued to see what happens with this character. But again, like I said, there was so many moving parts in this movie that he didn't really have much to do. So that's why I ranked him low on here. But I think he'll be a good character. Let's move on from him.
yeah.
Go ahead. You can say something.
Oh no. I agree everything you're saying in terms of uh Rick Flag Sr. Um his disdain towards metahumans based off incidents that happened to his son, I think that's what's going to have the ripple effect
Mhm.
of his character in all of the upcoming properties and
Yeah,
that's going to be released that he's in.
yeah. He's definitely he's gonna be kind of a big deal for him, kind of a big deal. The next character, oh, I don't know if you're at this point. I'm just going it from the lowest to highest that I have my ranking at this point. So we just gonna rock with it. You can, hey, hate it or love it. It's my list. I don't care. That's Hawk Girl.
Isabella.
How'd you feel about Hawk Girl?
Um, well, for one, the actress Isabella Merced, she in her bag over the
She's in
last
her
5
bag for
years.
sure. Yeah.
So definitely gonna give her props. She wasn't one of my favorite characters
Mm-hmm.
because I just felt like, like sometimes like you feel like, oh, they're only putting this character in here because this character or this actor or actress is gonna bring more visibility
She's the it girl right now.
to the project. Exactly, she's the it girl.
She's the it girl right now.
And she's riding high, just being on season 2 of Last of Us,
Mm-hmm.
and God, she was in
She was
Alien Romulus.
and she
I
was the and she was the live action Dora.
Yes, 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 yes. So I just feel like they just put her in here because they're like, oh, she has an existing contract with Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We know she has a strong following on social media, and we need a Hulk girl. So you know what? Let's just make it her.
And I don't dislike the actress. I think the actress is a good actress. I just think again, here we go again. It's a lot, so I can't go past a 7. It's a lot going on with this movie.
Yeah.
It is a bloated movie. There is a lot going on. And like you said, they just threw her in there. Like I would have loved to have some more information, like a little bit more backstory on her, a little bit. Like I don't even know how her wings work. Like where did the wings come from? And where do they go?
Depending on which iteration of
'Cause I thought they were permanent. Like Hawkman and Hawk Girl, their wings they stayed.
if it's the iteration where they're coming from their planet, then all of them have natural wings. If
Right.
it's the iteration where she's a reborn Egyptian princess that gets reincarnated
Mhm.
into this protector of Hawk Girl, then the wings only come out when she's about to engage in battle.
I'm guessing they went with that then because I was like, "Where's her wings?" And how did I didn't? I think I blinked when the wings went away because she like flew in, and then all of a sudden she didn't have her wings. I don't know if they showed the wings go away or they just said, "Hey, whatever, we're not going to explain it."
And the main thing that I don't like about them putting Hawk Girl in the film is that we're still recovering from the abuse of Black Adam and having
Mm.
Hawkman. I know his name, Aldous Hodge. I think that's his
And
name.
he was a great Hawkman.
Great Hawkman.
He was a great Hawkman. He was a
Great.
they could have brought that Hawkman into this, but
Yeah, because James Gunn and Peter Safran, they both said that we are going to keep some of the characters and actors from the DCEU and bring them over to the new DCU. So I was hoping he was going to be one of the characters and actors they were going to bring over. So when I first heard about her, like Hawk Girl, I'm like, oh, they're just doing it because Isabella's on the roll right now.
yeah, because his iteration was great. His iteration of Hawkman was fantastic. I would have loved to seen more of that going on. But this is a hold on one second. Let me cough. This is another character that again it wasn't fleshed out enough. She didn't have enough time. I didn't hate the character, but I didn't love the character. It just didn't give me enough to care
Yeah,
about this one. So yeah, Hawk Girl. And again, that's some of the flaws that I have with this movie. Like it's fun. It's a very fun movie. I had fun watching this movie. I did disclaimer. I had fun watching this movie. That is not my disdain for it. It is a very fun movie. Take the kids, you'll enjoy yourself. It's a good 2 hours of movie time. But I just have some critiques, with it. The next person we bringing up is Ultraman. Um,
we're
was
saving the spoiler, right?
are we saving the spoiler?
Like,
We're not.
are we far enough into this
Oh
episode
yeah,
where we
no,
can?
we yeah. Hey, Abe, you're still here. We are spoiling now. So if you don't want to hear too much more about this movie that we haven't already spoiled, you should turn this off. But we about to go into it. So yeah, Ultraman, go ahead.
Um, hated it and loved it because Ultraman in the comics is Superman from Earth 3, right?
This is not
So
Ultraman.
no, this is really Bizarro.
This is Bizarro. This is Bizarro. It's not Bizarro, but this is more Bizarro than it is Ultraman.
Yeah.
And
So
that's the problem I had with it. And I knew it right out the gate when they walked up to the Fortress of Solitude, and they were like, "How did you get in?" I was like, "Because that's the clone of Superman." I knew he was Superman's clone, and he's gonna be the idiot. So this is Bizarro. This is Bizarro.
now I do have a theory though. So towards the end of the movie, when Superman knocks Ultraman into the
Black
void of
hole.
the pocket dimension, the black,
Mhm.
the black hole, I believe he's going to end up in an alternate Earth, and he's going to be Ultraman on that different Earth, and that's when he's going to start the crime syndicate. And I believe we will get a crime syndicate movie in the future because James Gunn has talked about it in interviews.
Okay.
So I do believe that, like, I could see how they were trying to set it up, but like once again, like you said, it was so many components going on in this film. It's like you guys are doing double duty on one character, and that annoyed me a little bit.
What was the last TV show? What was it? Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois.
Yeah,
Superman and Lois did Bizarro. The best you can make do Bizarro.
best.
Superman and Lois did the best thing you could do. It was Bizarro. Spoiler for Superman and Lois, everybody. Spoiler right now. 3, 2, 1. He went from Bizarro, then he ended up being Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Like it would. People don't put enough respect on Superman and Lois, the TV show.
No, gee, what's his name? Tyler Hoechlin,
Yeah,
the guy who plays Superman on Superman and Lois. He he was, in my opinion, the greatest Superman we've gotten since Christopher Reeve.
I agree. I got Christopher Reeves number one, GOAT status, and then we got Tyler,
Yeah,
whatever his
yeah.
last name. He is definitely
He
that. People need, if you haven't watched Superman and Lois, go watch it. It starts off a little slow with season one because they're still like attached to the Supergirl show or whatnot. But once they get past that, like it's nonstop. But anyways, let's not get off track. Let's not get off
okay.
track. But yeah, Ultraman, I was not a big fan, but I understood why you put him in the movie. You got to have somebody that Superman can fight at the
Yeah,
end of the show. You got to give him somebody that he can go toe to toe with. So
and let's not forget he was the actual Hammer of Varavia.
Moravia, yeah. So and this is another thing that I have about Superman. But let me take Ultraman off before we continue. Let me take him off. So my one of not my problem because I actually love it and then I love it and hate it at the same time is that this is by far the weakest as far as strength goes, Superman that we've seen. This is by far the weakest Superman. Superman gets his ass whooped throughout this movie. He
Yeah,
is either getting his ass whooped or healing from an ass whooping majority of this movie. So you go from somebody that he said he just lost his first fight. You can't shit. I can't tell. It looks like
I
you
can't
always
tell.
right.
I think James Gunn did that on purpose because from the Snyder version of Superman with Man of Steel, it gave Superman godlike status. So I think the main intent was to humanize this version
Yeah,
of Superman to be like, hey, listen, Superman is really just Clark Kent with a a cape, but he's not a god. Like
yeah.
he does have weaknesses.
Yeah, he's the strongest person. He's the strongest being on the planet, but he's not so far the strongest person on the planet that he can't lose a like you can fight him. Like
Yeah,
he could have beat the big what are those things called?
The
Godzilla
Lexbox?
thing.
Oh
No,
no, the kaiju.
the kaiju. He could have beat the kaiju, but he was trying to not kill the kaiju. So he
Yeah.
he was trying to not kill it because, and this is what I appreciate. So that's that Boy Scout in him. That's that Boy Scout. So he wasn't going full tilt because he's trying to, tiptoe around it. And when Mr. Terrific comes, he's like, "Come on, man, what we doing? Like,
What we
just
doing?
just kill this thing real quick. Like you out here destroying buildings and stuff, trying to be safe with it." But I appreciate James Gunn for that, for taking his power level down, because why I don't like the character of Superman, even though I'm rocking the shirt, I will rock the symbol, even though rocking this new symbol is weird. I still like the OG symbol.
Yeah.
Is that they just give him powers, they give him whatever he needs to win a fight. Like whatever Superman needs, the writer is going to be like, "Oh, now Superman can do this," and it's like, bro, what's the point of the Flash if the Superman can go as fast as the Flash? What's the point of him? It makes no sense, and that's what I hated about the Zack Snyder Superman. Like, the Justice League was getting their ass whooped until they brought Superman back, and I was like, "Well, you don't even need the Justice League no more because you got Superman."
You got Superman.
Superman. What's the point of him? So this fits better. So I do like this iteration of Superman. I think I just got all off track. How do we get there?
Cause you talking about Ultraman.
Oh, Ultraman. Okay, but yeah, he was the weakest one. But we're not really at Superman. We're gonna go to another breakout character. One of my favorite characters.
One of my favorite characters in the movie.
One of my favorite characters.
I don't even know who she is. I just found out that she's a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah.
And this was her first big acting gig.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
She did her thing. She did her thing. She played that role. So this character is in this character is in the original Superman 1 or Superman 2. She's Lex Luthor's girlfriend in that movie. So that's a nice callback that they brought her back like that and made her big. She's like one of the most important characters in the movie now.
Bro, she's the reason why Superman was able to get saved and why Lex Luthor was able to get taken down at the end of the movie. And I loved how they played on her beauty and tried to make it seem like she was nothing but a dumb blonde.
Right.
But she was the one that was really finessing people the whole time. And I think the happiest thing to me in the movie dealing with her was how she was crazy about Jimmy.
Bro. I had one before, but let's talk about it because I love what they did with Jimmy O. I love what they did with Jimmy O in the movie, bro. Like, the fact that he doesn't even know he's a ladies' man is what made it hilarious. When Lois said, "What do you do to these girls?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He's walking down Hooker Lane and all of them hollering at him. He's just like, "I don't know what's going on." Like when she said she's hot, he's like, "You think she's hot?" Like, he's so oblivious he's a pimp.
He was upset that she wanted to spend the weekend with him.
Yes, a supermodel.
I'm sitting in the chair. I'm like, nigga.
Yeah, and look, and so think about it, you, this mild-mannered reporter, and you stealing one of the richest, most powerful man's woman.
Yeah,
and you don't even warn her.
You stole Elon Musk's girl, really.
You stole Elon Musk's girl. Yeah, I love the iteration they did with him, other than making him like a Superman sidekick, or I'm just gonna follow Lois Lane around. I think the last couple iterations with Jimmy Olsen in like movies and TV, like they don't really know how to make this character. And I think that, look, hats off. See, when James Gunn does some good stuff, he does some good stuff. So he did this with Jimmy Olsen.
You want to, bro? James Gunn was so intelligent with writing Jimmy Olsen in this depiction, because there are a lot of men out there that there are a lot of men out there to be like, wow, Jimmy Olsen bagging a bag chick like that, like there's hope for me.
Yeah, right.
So we had multiple heroes in the movie, and Jimmy was definitely a hero in the film.
Hey man, it just tells everyone, hey, if there's somebody out there, shoot your shot, man. You never know.
Yeah.
Just shoot your shot. You never know. The worst you can say is no. Like, if Jimmy Osa can get it and don't want it, you can get that girl. Like, I love what they did with Jimmy O, man. Like, so that was one of my favorite characters too. I'm gonna go with one I was disappointed with. I wasn't too happy. It was this is the James Gunn of it. I wanted this character to be, he's so cool. His powers are so dope. Like he's very overpowered. Like he is a character like that could have been. I think I want to be a villain. Like he could have been the main villain other than Ultraman.
Yeah.
Like it could have been him. But James Gunn, of course, James Gunn has that I gotta make everything funny and everything goofy. And after they got out of the cell, so that was dramatic and he's crying. But then after the cell, the character went from, traumatized to just a goofy character the rest of the movie.
Yeah, and the actor that played Metamorpho, he has a long history with playing different DC characters and villains.
Isn't that what's it? Start with a Z? That Batman character that be doing the counts.
Yeah, he played in the TV series Gotham,
Yeah.
and he also played a villain on season 1 of The Flash.
Okay.
And for some reason, he just, I don't know, like Warner Brothers and comic book property with DC, they just love the guy. But just in terms of Metamorpho, I didn't like that his weakness in the film was them holding his son captive over him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if he's so powerful, right, he could have broken out of that cell at any given time.
With the powers he has.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about.
So I don't know if they just. I'm assuming that they're gonna say if he breaks out of the cell, they're gonna kill the kid. So you better not break out the cell, or I'm gonna kill the kid. Like if you try something. So I'm gonna give them that. That's what they was trying. But one part that did like irk me is like Superman has to hold the baby. He's like, I can't fly and hold him at the same time. This is what he said, right? And then that part where Superman's almost dragged into the black hole
and he turned into a squid, right?
Metamorpho. He wraps the tentacles around Superman, and then his bottom is a rocket, and he's blasting off while he's pulling Superman. I was like, so if you could turn to a squid and push the rocket, I feel like you could hold this baby.
You could hold your baby.
You could hold the baby. So that was a plot hole right there. I didn't like that. Like
his baby mama was bad though.
His baby mama was bad. That's what, like, you just got this bad baby mama up here chilling. Like,
you gotta give it up on that one.
That is funny.
Do you think we'll see more of him in other films or TV shows or even in animated sense? Is this the last that we've seen of him, do you think?
No, because he goes into because he's gonna be in the Justice Gang. Remember Green Lantern puts him in the Justice Gang. Whatever is gonna come about with that, that's a thing. I'm gonna put this character up. This character annoys me. I'm watching reviews and I'm hearing everybody talk about it. This character drops the movie 2 points for me. This character alone. So let me bring this character on.
Oh, dog.
It was funny at first. I get it. And people love dogs. And this is James Gunn's actual dog. I get it. But it was too much of Crypto. This movie could have been called Crypto and Superman. That there is more Crypto in this movie than there is Clark Kent.
Yeah.
In this movie. And the dog is stupid. and he's supposed to be stupid. I'm not just saying the dog is stupid. He's supposed to be a dumb dog. That's how it goes in the movie. But it's like this dumb dog, and I have to deal with it in like 3, 4 different big set pieces. Like I couldn't stand this dog.
We know that the whole purpose of crypto in the film was for merchandise reasons. Like he's going to be a hot seller for kids. Girls are going to be wearing crypto t-shirts. For the next year, the number one adoption name for dogs is going to be crypto.
It's gonna be crypto.
So I get it from like a logistic and number standpoint, but it was becoming too much. I'm like, okay, this is why I get mad with James Gunn, because it's
Mhm.
like, you started to overdo it with Groot and Guardians 2, and that starts to become a little bit taxing. Like, okay,
Mhm.
we know like they're cute little characters, but move on. Like,
Move on.
they don't need this much screen time.
Yeah. Yeah. The dog, and again, people love the dog, and it just it bothered me as a me trying to figure out me trying to look past this movie and like the future of the DCU. And it ended up being Supergirl's dog. And when she comes in, we could just let's speak on Supergirl right now. I don't have any pictures of her.
Okay.
Sorry for the F-bomb. I fucking hated it. I hate that Supergirl comes in as a drunk and calls Superman a bitch, and the dog is mine. Then the dog did some super annoying stuff to her. Like it was, I hated the whole scene of Supergirl. And the fact that that is the next DCU movie that we get next
Yep.
year is that version of Supergirl. The only thing I'm interested in that movie is Jason Momoa as Lobo, because Jason Momoa was born to play Lobo.
Yes.
Like he was born to play Lobo. He's been playing Lobo. His Aquaman was Lobo.
Was Lobo.
Yeah.
Everything
So
he played in has been Lobo.
everything since Aquaman that he's
Yeah.
been, the Fast and Furious, Minecraft, everything's been Lobo.
Yeah. Um w- One, I was surprised that I think her name is Millie Alcock, the actress that plays Supergirl. She plays on season 1 House of the Dragon.
Yeah, that's her.
When she comes in, when Superman is about to get healed again by the sun, I was thinking like, wait a minute, they're not they're they're not using this as a Easter egg. Like this is this is actually in the film.
Yeah.
This is before the credits roll. And when she like how she had on the jacket over her her outfit, and the way she was talking to Superman, I was like, I don't know. And then when I got a little bit of the backstory behind the version that they filmed for her movie, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
she basically does go to all planets with a red sun, because that's the only place she can get drunk, and she's trying to drink away her pain and misery
Mm-hmm.
of loss and destruction. And she knew the true reason why Kal-El was sent to Earth, and she's been hiding that from him. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that's going to play out when she comes truthful with that. I just didn't like how she came in like that. Like,
I didn't like how she came in like that.
yeah,
It's gonna be the classic hero's journey when her movie comes out. She's gonna start as this character. Hell, she might team up with Lobo. You never know, and then find out he's somebody she probably shouldn't look up to, and they have to end up fighting. But it's just gonna be the classic hero's journey. But I wasn't feeling it. It was a little bit low.
they said her film is going to be like a western.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, I guess we'll see when we see.
All right, let's move on. Another character. See, this was a good blend. I enjoyed this character. I enjoyed Gary, number 4.
Careful.
Gary 4. Look, just give me, this is what they should have did with crypto. Just give me a little bit, throw that little humor in there, and then get on out with it. You know what I'm saying? The fight scene in the Fortress of Solitude was dope when all the robots were trying to go to him. Um, I enjoyed it. You know, we don't have to spend a lot of time on Gary, but what was your thoughts on the robots?
I love the robots because of Superman All Star. That's the first
Mhm.
time I got introduced
That's what this
to.
movie is. It's Superman All Star, pretty much.
Yeah. When I saw that Superman had his own robots in that, I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. And they do stuff around the crib to help them and stuff like that. So I was totally on board and excited to see a live version interpretation of them.
Mhm.
Um, we could have got a little bit more screen time with number 4
Yeah.
with Gary.
Well, the Fortress of Solitude is not going anywhere, so I think we're gonna get more Gary, more number 4 since he wanted a name. and he was making fun of the name Gary, and Superman asshole still named him Gary.
Gary.
Like that shit is hilarious to me. So no, I like Gary, number 4. Let's speak on a character. I was on the fence. I didn't know how they was gonna do him. But I was pleasantly surprised with the character. I thought it was gonna be, again, I'm always on the fence with James Gunn and how he portrays characters. But Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion played
Nathan
him. What
Fillion.
was your thoughts?
I believe that this role was given to Nathan Fillion because it was a role he should have had 10-15 years ago.
Absolutely. But if it was 10, 15 years ago, he would have been Hal Jordan.
He would have been Hal Jordan. And with the
Mhm.
relationship that him and James Gunn have, being in James Gunn's first theatrical success, that horror film Slither,
Mhm.
um, obviously they work well together. I, I never want to be that person to what they call it, age shaming,
Yeah.
because
Ageism.
hell, I'm getting a little older myself. Um, but I like them. I just didn't like the fact that it's like he looks he looked it older
He looked
in the.
old.
Yeah,
He
he
looked
looked like because I watched the show he's on, The Rookie. I like that show.
Yeah.
So seeing him on The Rookie and then seeing him on this, I'm like, damn, Nathan he looked like a old Green Lantern in this movie.
It's because of that stupid ass haircut, but it's
Yeah,
but Guy Gardner, he
he
portrayed
was
Guy
funny though.
Gardner just how Guy Gardner is. Guy Gardner is obnoxious. Like he's you almost have to question, like, why would he get the Green Lantern ring? Like, why would
Because
the ring go to him?
he should definitely have a yellow ring.
He should
And
definitely
like,
have a yellow ring. Yeah,
yeah,
I think there's a version of him that does get the yellow ring.
you are 100% correct.
Yeah.
He had a great scene in Baravia where
Oh
when they
yeah.
were all fighting. That
Yeah.
he had a breakout scene in that, so I did
Yeah.
appreciate that. And I love him as an actor. He's done uh animated voice work for different Green Lantern animated cartoons over the years.
Mm.
So he really embodies comic book culture. And I think he was in the Suicide Squad also,
He was also in Guardians of the Galaxy
in
Part
Guardians
3.
of the Galaxy.
He
That's
was
right.
the when they were in those like booger security outfits or whatever.
That is totally true.
Yeah,
Um,
like you were saying, James Gunn takes care of his people. If you friends with James Gunn, you're gonna be in all his movies. Even the robots was um golly, who's still with the arrows and Guardians? Michael Roker or not Roker?
Michael Rooker and Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk plays in everything for him. And then Mantis, she's one of the robots too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So like, yeah, if you friends with James Gunn, you got a job. Like you gonna have a job.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. But I thought I was gonna dislike this character, but he was cool. I didn't have a problem with him. So
Did you like the fact that they mentioned something new? What he mentioned Guy Gardner about, yeah, we all know that Superman wears those glasses that messes with your vision, and that's Clark Kent.
That was the one of the best things to come out of this movie
Yeah,
because it was so simple of an explanation on why we can't, why it's not just wearing glasses that that is the reason why we can't see him. That the glasses actually distorts his face to the rest of the world
yeah.
is the smartest, most simple thing anybody's ever come up with.
And I think that's the first time that that's ever been explained like that.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was dope. I was like, huh. And that's all you have to tell me. Like that's all you have to tell me. I'm not going. Again, we're watching a movie about a powerful alien wearing a cape and underwear on the outside of his clothes. So, like, you don't have to give me too much explanation. Just give me something, you know, and
If
we're
they're
good
going
with
to
it.
do another like another Crisis, or like just a new series, like a retold version, they need to make that canon of why people can't distinct Clark from
From
Superman,
Superman.
because the glasses can distort your perception of him.
Yeah, yeah. That was fantastic. We got a couple more. We're almost done. We're almost to the nitty gritty with it. Um, I'm gonna move on to Miss Lane. Miss Lane. I think, look, for the character of Lois, for what it is, I think that she was a pretty damn good Lois. Like she was a reporter first. Like she was a reporter first.
Yeah.
And she did her job. The only beef I have with this character, and I don't care that Mr. Terrific says that the controls are pretty intuitive. Nah, you're not learning how to fly this spaceship in 2 seconds. And if it
Yeah.
was intuitive, why did you have an issue flying it off the building at
Off the
the end of the
building
movie?
when y'all did that little nose dive.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, for once, I think, you know what? Other than Superman and Lois, this has probably been my second favorite Lois, because I didn't like Rachel. What's her name? Rachel McAdams.
hmm
I didn't like her in the Snyderverse
nah,
as
there was
as
no chemistry
Lois.
at all.
None, zero.
Yeah,
Um,
and he was gonna make Lois start dating Batman eventually. Like if the Snyderverse would have continued, Lois would have got pregnant with Bruce Wayne's child. Look, everybody clamoring for continue the Snyderverse. You don't really want what you're asking for. Like you
yeah,
don't really want what you're asking for.
I
Like
told you,
just let it die.
cocaine.
Yeah, just
It's cocaine with Snyder.
let it die. Let
Just
it
let it
die.
go.
Yeah, but no, go ahead. But yeah,
Uh, but yeah, what's her name? Rachel Brosnahan. You know, I used to watch her on the Marvelous Miss Maisel with my girl. So that's how I became
oh, okay.
familiar with her. And I thought she was I thought she was excellent in the film. They could have gave her a little bit more screen time.
They could have gave her a little bit more, but again, it's such a bloated film, man. They're trying to fit so much. They're trying to fit so much in this movie that she did with what the time she had. Her thing was I got to go report to Perry. You really didn't have to report to Perry. Like I said, if you would have cut all of Daily Planet out of there, I would have been good with it. And she could have went and did something else.
I wanted her to have a more vicious face off with Lex Luthor, because
Yeah.
they always have the best scenes
Hmm.
and like tit for tats with one another.
Yeah.
So I would have just loved some screen time with her and Nicholas Holt, aka Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
That was something that I was missing.
Yeah, we gonna get to Mr. Lex in a second because me and you gotta talk because I think we on totally different spectrums with that, but we're not to him yet. We're not
Okay.
to him yet. So let me get rid of Lois. But yeah, didn't have a problem with Lois. I thought it was a great portrayal of Lois. But one of my I gotta pull it up. Missed this one. Oops. Hold on. 2 seconds. Um, one of the characters. Where did I put her? Oh no. Okay, there she is. I thoroughly enjoyed the engineer.
Yes.
Engineer got busy. Like she gave Superman the business. She didn't even really need Ultraman there, honestly. Like she was getting it, but when she got into that Fortress of Solitude and when Crypto sliced her face open and it just turned into the nanobots and then went back and she did the cartwheel and then her feet became the top. Oh, she was bad. And then she tried to choke him out with putting the stuff in his
With
lungs.
the with
Like,
the
no,
no bites in his lungs. Yeah.
the engineer was a savage character. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed the engineer. I want to know more. I don't want her to be like a villain of the week thing. That's the only thing. I think my only downfall with her is that, like, okay, so Lex made her, but like, why? And like, why is she doing this? Why is she on this mission with him? Like, I need more backstory for this character.
Yeah. That what scene was that? When they were at the baseball stadium,
Yeah,
right? She could have went nuclear on Superman by herself.
yeah. And technically, Mr. Terrific should have died by that drop.
Dude,
He should be dead.
he should have been dead.
Yeah, he's definitely not getting up. Like he's just
He's
a
not a
human.
metahuman.
He's a regular human. Like, and she literally put him indented into the ground. He should have been dead.
Yeah. So when okay, let me backtrack. When
Uh-huh.
when Lex, Ultraman, and the engineer, when they went into the Fortress of Solitude, and she was able to translate the second half of that message. That's how elite and powerful we were able to see of her in the beginning of the film,
Yeah, yeah,
because this is a foreign alien language, and the tech that Luther put in you is so advanced that you're able to break it down and describe it word for word.
yeah.
I was impressed just on that alone.
How do you feel about that plot twist of the Superman origin?
I felt there was a little bit too much like that other comic book Invincible.
Yep.
I got
Mhm.
Invincible vibes.
It was definitely invincible. It was 100% Voltramite invincible.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, come on, James. Like,
Yeah,
don't tell me you didn't get like no influence from Invincible to take like that element right there." Uh I will tell you this though, I was confused um with the message about his parents, because for the life of me, I thought that was Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. It wasn't until after the movie, when I looked up who it was, I was like, "Oh snaps!
no,
That,
that is Bradley Cooper,
no, that's Bradley Cooper." But
but
the woman that played his mom,
the chick is from Westworld.
Westworld, and check this out. Uh, her name, her last name. Are you ready for this?
Mhm.
It's Saffron, and you know who other name is Saffron, right?
Zach? No, that's Efron. That's Efron. Efron. No, who you talking about?
Peter Saffron, James Gunn's partner.
Wow.
They love to put their women
Wow. It's a family affair.
for
Let
family
me let
affair.
me let me go find a cousin or something. Like, cause let me get a check. Cause man,
Um,
Zach
uh,
put his people in, but she did look like Lady Gaga at first. When I first looked at her, I was like, oh, Lady Gaga. I was like, wait, that's not Lady Gaga. And then I was
I
like, oh, that's the chick from Westworld.
Westworld. But just to close up on the engineer, um, I believe she wasn't dead at the end of the movie. They said her heart was still beating.
Her heart was still beating because Superman does not kill. This is not
It
Zack
didn't
Snyder.
kill. So, do you think she will pop up in another property
Yeah,
in the future?
she's too good of a character. You can't take her off the board. Now, I think that is the smart thing that Zack Snyder is doing that Marvel has a problem doing. Most properties do, but especially Marvel. Marvel has a problem with killing their villains like one movie and then done instead of like saving them for things like
Yeah,
other than Loki. But yes, that character's too good for you to just take off the board for one movie
yeah.
for it. So no, I think the engineer was dope. The engineer was super dope. No pun intended. Um, no pun intended. All right, let's go to I want to go. So I want to go to the guy, but I'm gonna go to. We'll save the main character for last, I guess. We'll save the main character for last. So let's go to Mr. Lex Luthor. Um, Now, you said you did not like this. Am I correct in this saying you did not like this portrayal?
I didn't when I first sent you that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to think some, and I was like, maybe I don't like him because some of his characteristics remind me of myself. And it was like
Just looking in
sometimes
the mirror.
when you're forced to look in the mirror, and you know, I don't want to get political,
Please don't.
but Lex didn't Lex hatred or true just dislinement of certain individuals kind of reminded me of how I feel about certain things. And it's like, why are you helping or praising them over there when look at what we can do together with us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I okay. Let's just start with the actor first, Nicholas Hoult,
Okay.
right? For one, he auditioned for Superman. He wanted to,
Superman.
and
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn said, "No, I think you would be a better Lex." And the main reason why he ended up taking it is because he got paid more than everybody in the movie,
He's the
which he
big.
should
He's the
because
biggest actor.
he's the biggest actor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think we didn't really get to see Lex's full depth of intelligence in this film. It was like how it's like he had like a team, like when he was calling out plays like a coach.
Yeah, yeah, but that was his. That was still his. Everything the pocket dimensions. Yeah, he has a team because it's Lex Corp. So he has a team, but
Okay.
all the stuff is his. Like, yeah, hey, I'm gonna have you do this, but I'm telling you on the fly, like L1, L2, blah blah blah. I'm telling you, I know it. I know all the plays in my head. I know all the plays to whoop Superman's man. You just better push this button when I tell you to push it. Now, the only thing I thought was stupid about that, literally you could have just had a microphone that went to Bizarro, Ultraman, or whatever. And when he says L2, it should just happen. But
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. The pocket dimension, all those inventions are Lex Luthor. And the thing about it is this is why I like the character a lot. Especially if you watch like all the DC animated stuff. This is Lex Luthor. But you gotta realize this is a young version of him. Superman's only been there for 3 years. So he's not
Okay.
old yet. He hasn't become President Luthor or nothing like that. Like, this is a young version. And they even said he's like, I'm petty. He's like,
Yeah.
I am petty. I I am one of the smartest people in the world, but I hate you so much. I hate you so much that I'm still going to do all this stuff when I could be doing so many other things. But when he said the reason why, he's like, because that's an alien. The metahumans aren't aliens. Like, you're not one of us. Like, you can go do whatever you want to do and nobody can stop you. So, like, he has this like righteous thing in his head on why he's doing it. But in the meantime, he's destroying the planet while he's
That
doing it.
that's my whole point. Like when he allowed the pocket dimension to just go crazy and it started to like split, you know, properties in half, and it started to split Metropolis in half. Are we used to Lex Luthor willing to destroy the world just to get Superman?
Well, he's insane. He's an evil genius. Like, he's insane. Like, he's so smart, he's mad about it. He doesn't realize he doesn't realize, and he's like, let's just go to a city that I like. He said, F Metropolis. Like, I don't care. Like, he's an evil villain. Like, we got to understand what we're dealing with here.
Okay, were you used to Lex playing Russian roulette with someone and then actually killing them?
I know, but I actually love that scene so much because I didn't think they was going to do it.
I didn't either.
I didn't think they was going to do it. The fact that they went there, that was probably the only most non-James Gunn thing in that movie was when they did Russian roulette and shot that dude in the head. I was like, oh, they did it. Like, I was so shocked when that happened. But then it showed you how far this character was willing to go for this man. That man just fed Superman one day. He had nothing else to do with Superman except he just fed him one day. He's like, look, see, you care so much about this person. I don't care about this person.
Yeah. When that scene happened and he killed the dude, the vending cart man, I was like, I don't think I've ever seen Lex just kill someone in that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was wild. Now, the only part about that I didn't like, that's not smart, like when he did the classic villain trope. Oh, now I'm going to tell you my plans. I'm going to tell you why I poisoned the water tower. This is why I did it. Like, that was that scene. And it's like, bro, I'm not about to, like, because if you do get out of here, now you know now you know everything. And like, I just thought that was so, like, are we still doing this in 2025 where the villains are, I'm about to go, I have you at your weakest, so now I'm about to tell you my whole plan. I thought we were done with that.
Okay. This obviously isn't the last that we've seen of Lex Luthor.
No, not at all.
Do you think that he can be efficient in non-Superman related movies?
There's going to be something, and this happens in the comics and it happens in the animated movies and everything. There is going to be something that happens that they're going to need Lex Luthor. He's going to be the only one that can fix it. Yeah. And he's going to be sitting there in jail, and he already knows you need me to get past this. And it's probably going to be Superman snapping or some shit like that. And he's going to be like, see, I told you. And then we're going to get Lex Luthor in his green Iron Man suit. You know, you got that suit.
Yeah.
We're going to get Lex Luthor in that suit eventually. Like, there's no way around it. But yeah, so you still I like this character. I like this character a lot. It's my second favorite character in the movie. And how do you feel about it at the end right now?
I don't dislike him as much as I did originally, because once again, I had to think about it. I'm like, you know what? He was actually saying some shit that I really do agree with. I'm so stuck on the Lex Luthor version from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, right?
Oh yeah.
Like the cartoon version. Like, that's my favorite iteration.
Yeah, that's a great Lex Luthor. And
I still think that Lex Luthor is black. To this day, I still think that Lex Luthor is black.
He's definitely mixed, at least.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I will take him off of that list of the worst characters of the film. Like, he's not on that list anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, when you said that, I was like, what? I said I hated the dog. I love Mr. Terrific. You said, I hate Luthor and love Mr. Terrific. Like, you hate Luthor?
Yeah.
But the dog can stay? Especially with the situation you got at home right now. You should hate the shit out of that dog. Like, that shit, you should have felt the type of way as soon as that dog got there.
Bro, as soon as Crypto came on the scene, I started thinking about the damn dog at the house, and then the dog catch that in my Nest Cam and my Ring Cam off, and I'm like, I don't want another dog.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the man of the hour, the great value, Henry Cavill. Nah, I'm just playing. He does favor, like, in their like marketing advertisements where he's just like himself, when he's just David, what's his name, Corn Sweat.
Yeah.
It's just David Cornsway. I'm like, bro, this dude looks like Henry Cavill. Like they just went and got another Henry Cavill for this role. Like, but okay, so I'll start with this one. Did not have a problem with this guy. Everybody's like, they just want Henry to come back, and like I don't have that. Ooh, I get it. Things happen, we move on, yada yada yada. My only problem is, and I'm gonna chalk it up because Superman has only been doing this for 3 years. He's not stoic enough when he's Superman for me. And the fact that we didn't get enough Clark Kent for me on here. I didn't, Clark Kent is supposed to be like, the bumbling kind of almost idiot type person, but when he turns to Superman, he stands up straight. Like nobody does it better than Christopher Reeves. Like nobody does it better. When he turns into Superman, he is a different character. And I didn't get that feeling with this version of Superman, that there was a huge difference between Clark Kent and Superman. I think the biggest part that it felt like that is when Lois does the interview and she's like Superman and he says Miss Lane. I was like, oh, okay, there you go. You kind of flipped character for a second.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's perfect. Are you going to do that throughout the movie? And he didn't. He was almost like a child. Like he got mad. He was yelling. He like when Lex's girlfriend filmed him when he came, and where's the dog? Where's the dog? And I'm like, okay, calm down. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
I just didn't. There wasn't a big enough switch for me between Superman and Clark. I think he did a great portrayal. I'm not mad at this performance. I'm going to chalk it up that this is a young Superman, and that's it. Go ahead.
I think he's a great actor overall, and I believe that we got 80% Superman, 20% Clark Kent, if that. The most Clark Kent that we got of him in the whole film is when he was recovering back home in Smallville with Mom, Pa Kent, because that's when, like, that's when you saw like the true elements of Clark. But do you really want a lot of Clark in the film? Or
I would have took more. If you had more Clark, it would have. If you had more Clark, it would have made the Daily Planet stuff make more sense and have more of a point.
So you want it to all tie together.
If you don't have Clark, then there's no reason for us to have the Daily Planet. So that's why those characters are kind of like, why are you here? Why are these characters in the movie? I don't even have my main character really interacting with them. That's what makes them.
That's a great point, because I think this is the first time in a live adaptation of Superman, whether it's TV or film, we didn't see Clark Kent go and do any journalism.
Just at the very beginning. At the very beginning, when he writes the article and
on himself.
On himself. That's the only thing. I don't think he's back in the Daily Planet after that.
No.
Do we get Clark Kent after that scene?
No, we don't.
We have one scene. We have the scene in Daily Planet, and we have the scene in Lois's apartment.
Oh, and then when he's at home.
And then when he's at home. So we have 3 scenes of Clark Kent. We definitely have less than 10 minutes of Clark Kent in this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
I got 40 minutes of Crypto though.
Now I would say this. I think we did get a fourth, like a unlock hidden scene of Clark Kent when he was in his Superman attire, when the Justice Gang was fighting that big eyeball thing outside of the window.
Thank you. So I would like to tell you how much I hate that after you finish your thing. Go ahead and tell how much I hate that.
So when Lois was talking to him, and you could tell mentally he was just like depleted and defeated, and she was like, "Oh, you're not gonna go help him," and he was like, "No, they got it." And you know how you were describing when he did the interview in the beginning with Lois, his like back was structured and stuff. When she was talking to him in the scene when he was in his Superman costume and the Justice Gang was fighting that eyeball, you felt him like he was like sunken in the chair and he didn't feel confident. So I think that was like a scene of seeing Superman vulnerable, but this is who he really is. Like, this is Clark Kent right here. He just has on a costume. So maybe we could split that one.
So something, hold on. Did my audio just change? No, we could. I hear what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying. And what you're saying makes sense. I just hate it. I just hate it. Do you remember that scene from Kill Bill when she finally gets to Bill and he's telling her a story and he says Superman is Superman is not the secret identity. He says Clark Kent is the secret identity. Clark Kent is what Superman thinks of the human civilization. He walks around as a bumbling fool and he's dumb, he's dorky, yada yada yada. He said that's Clark Kent's costume. He said that the suit that he's wearing, that's the robe he came in on his spaceship. He was wrapped in that as his baby. That's the real him. Is Superman. Clark Kent is the made up thing of him. So it's flips. I believe the way that Bill said it. Like, Clark Kent is not real. He's Superman at the end of the day. So I hated that part where he's just watching the Justice Gang fight this big ass eye in the sky. And remember, that was the first marketing material that they released. He was putting on his boots, and we were like, "What's that over there in the sky?" Like,
that was the first image that we saw.
Yeah, and it seems like he doesn't care about it, and he didn't care. And it's like, bro, no, I don't care how small it is. At least after he got done talking to Lois, he'd be like, "All right, let me go finish up with them."
Yeah, that did throw me off because they was back there fighting that eyeball monster for the entire dialogue between him and Lois.
Yeah, so it couldn't have been that easy because they was fighting. So if one of them would have got hurt because he has to go get a dog because we're back to crypto again. I got to go get the dog. Like that dog, man. All right, before we wrap up, let's say our final thoughts. I'm gonna just say a couple things I didn't like again. I also didn't like how James Gunn, because he did the James Gunn thing with Mom Pa Kent, and this is how this. As you can tell, I've been like really not liking celebrities lately, but like I feel like this is how James Gunn thinks of like middle America. Oh shucks, and who like they're idiots, bumbling fools. Like, why did Ma and Pa have to be like the most country bumpkin that you can find people?
Yes.
Like, it was such a bad stereotype. And you look, I know we're not doing a political thing, but you can tell what's side that James Gunn is on, because he definitely did either, I don't care if you want to call it Israel and in Gaza, or if you want to call it Russia and Ukraine, but pick whichever one you want it to be. He definitely went there with it.
He went there.
He went there big time with it. And then he put middle America, he's talking red states, as bumbling idiots. And it's like, bro, like, I just want to go to the movie. I just want to go to the movies, man.
How much do you think that's studio agenda, and how much do you think that's James Gunn agenda?
That's James Gunn, because James Gunn is doing what they have given him the keys to the castle. Like, he has a partner, but nobody like you said, Baby and Slim. Like, that partner ain't nothing. That's Pharrell and what's his name?
Chad.
And Chaz. He does this to do whatever he wants to.
From a global box office standpoint, do you think this film is going to do well enough to where Warner Brothers is going to sit back and say, "Yeah, we made the right decision"?
For this one, yes, but this one shouldn't count because it's Superman. It's Superman. It's Superman, and it's a reiteration of Superman. They've already made 155 million this weekend. So,
okay, by chance, do we know the budget of this film? Can we look this up real quick?
Yeah, well, go ahead, George. Google.
Okay, yeah.
I'll fill the dead air while you're doing that. But this is the highest grossing debut for any Superman movie that's ever come out. So it's already got a strong enough start that they're like, okay, it's on to something. Because you got to remember the last movies for the DCEU, Flash and Aquaman 2 did not make their money back. It was in the garbage.
So the budget for this film, along with marketing, came to $225 million. As of right now, the film is projected to gross around $700 million, and it needs to gross $700 million plus to be considered a success.
It's success.
So, do we feel that it's going to get $700 million plus?
I need to see how it is. Here's the problem. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is.
I already know what you're about to say.
Fantastic Four comes out in 2 weeks.
There we go.
Marvel is back in the building, and it's not a property that nobody's never heard of. It's the Fantastic Four. Marvel is going to come and grab this movie by the balls.
Why do you think they didn't release Superman on the 4th? Do you think that would have been too political?
No, they should have actually. But Jurassic Park was already there.
They were afraid of Jurassic Park?
They wasn't afraid of Jurassic Park, but Jurassic Park is a known brand, and you still got Spielberg kind of behind it. That it's enough to steal some of your ticket sales. Because if little Timmy likes dinosaurs more than he likes Superman, then we're gonna go see dinosaurs. Like my daughter, she doesn't care about superheroes. So if I ask her, what do you want to go see, Jurassic Park or Superman? She's gonna say Jurassic Park. So there's no reason to have them compete, even though they're competing a week apart. But like this movie, this July is stacked. But I think it might get 700, but it depends on how Fantastic Four does.
Yeah, I'm nervous about Fantastic Four because of all these leaks, like plot leaks.
I've been staying all the way away. I haven't even seen like the last 3 or 4 trailers and TV spots. Like,
okay,
I've been staying all the way away from it. There at some point in that movie, Robert Downey Jr. is going to show up. This is just me guessing. I'm not leaking anything. At some point in that movie, Robert Downey Jr. is going to show on that screen, and the word of mouth is going to come out that Robert Downey Jr.'s doom is in that movie, and everybody's going to flock to it.
Yeah. I mean, he has to show up in that movie because their child, Franklin Richards, is
spoiler alert.
So, well, you know what? Because you know what? That'll be a video for another time for the talk about Fantastic Four. So let me get back to Superman.
In 2 weeks, we'll be talking Fantastic Four.
So let me ask you this: as of right now, does Superman deserve a sequel?
Superman deserves a sequel, I believe. Yes, absolutely. But my problem is, and this is not the movie. This is my James Gunn issue. So I'm done talking about the movie. I give it a 7. It's an enjoyable. Go ahead and take the family to see it. I give it a thumbs up. It's not the worst movie. It's not the best movie, but it's a good time in the theater. James Gunn kind of shits on Marvel on how the machine of spitting out movies, and he likes to let the scripts be ready and let the directors take their time and yada yada. And I hear what you're saying, but you also have a business to run. And if you are think about it. This movie comes out it's 2025. Okay, we'll get Supergirl in 2026.
Yeah.
He is still writing Batman, the
Brave and the Bold.
Brave and the Bold. He's still writing that. Wonder Woman is still in limbo. There's no Wonder Woman. He's more focused on Clayface movie and like the little side projects. So at the Batman 2, that script just got done. Batman 2,
I'm upset.
The Batman 2, even though it's not part of his universe, is coming out in 2027. That's 5 years after the original movie came out. So at the pace that James Gunn is going with his movies, we'll get a whole story in what 15, 20 years. He might be done with a at his pace. Like what are we doing?
You just brought up Clayface.
Mm-hmm.
You know that James Gunn and Matt Reeves had a kind of like a fallout
Yep,
all over Clayface
because he
because
wanted it.
Matt Reeves had the script done for the Batman 2, and Clayface was the main villain.
Yep.
And then James Gunn came in and said, "Nope, I'm using him from something else." And Matt Reeves had to revise and rewrite the script for the Batman 2. So it's like I'm on board with you with terms of things are too James Gunny. Um, I think we may get fatigued in that because the difference between James Gunn and Kevin Feige is Kevin Feige actually believes in his directors and
And his direct.
writers and say, "Hey, y'all need some money, go do your thing."
Yeah.
James Gunn is wearing multiple hats and he
He,
wants to be the center of attention.
he wants to be the face. He wants to be Kevin Feige didn't go out and say, I'm gonna be Kevin Feige. People just like, hey, who's making these Marvel movies at Marvel? Oh, Kevin Feige. He just, people just know who he is. But James Gunn says, no, I'm gonna make people know who I am. And again, we talked offline about this. Him making a Superman movie is fine because it's light, it's bribing, he's a one-trick pony.
Yeah,
Superman, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Suicide Squad, Creature Commandos is just the Suicide Squad.
that's Suicide Squad.
That's
I
all it
actually
is.
I like the show too.
Hey, I liked it, but it's just the Suicide Squad,
Yeah,
which is just Guardians of the Galaxy. This
yeah.
movie, there's a reason why he had to put all these characters in it because he doesn't. That's how he knows how to make a movie. He had to put Guy Guardian and Mr. Terrific and all. He had to do it because that's how he makes his movies. He couldn't do a movie just focused on Superman.
Did you see the Batman Easter egg in the film?
No.
The scene when the pocket dimensions comes to Metropolis and they're evacuating all of the people on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
There is a highway sign that says Gotham City next exit.
So they're next door to each other.
So they're next door to each other. So I'm just hoping that the Brave and the Bold is not going to be like some 1960 version like the Batman show where it's
I'm so terrified of this man making the Batman movie. Like
yeah.
I'm terrified of him making the Brave and the Bold. I just can't see him making that type of he hasn't shown it. He hasn't shown that he can make that type of movie. Like
And you know who he let co-write the script?
who?
Andy Machete, the one who wrote the script for The Flash.
Oh Lord. Oh my god. One of the worst comic book movies of all time.
All
Okay.
time.
Whew, okay, we go on that note, we are gonna wrap it up. We are gonna wrap it up. So one more time for the people. You gave it a score of what?
7.5 out of 10.
And I gave it a score of 7. So has been our review of Superman by James Gunn. Because you gotta let them know it's by James Gunn.
Yeah.
This is our review of James Gunn. So you are in the I Snuck in Here podcast, Nuff Said edition. We are going to come back to you and do this again with the Fantastic Four when that drops. You're gonna see more of this. Like we gotta get back to our roots. This is what we're supposed to be doing, anyways. We still gonna give you gossip. We're still gonna give you the weekly reviews here and there, but we getting back to the meat and potatoes of what we do best. And yeah, well, you got anything for the people? See,
Man, I just want to say, God bless, and I'm praying for all the souls of the victims for the flood in Texas.
absolutely.
As soon as I saw that on the news, I texted you immediately, and you said, no, it hasn't came up here to Dallas.
Nah,
But man, you know what? If we needed a Superman in real life, we needed Superman for that tragic disaster that took place. So that's how I want to, leave my note tonight on. I'm just praying for everybody that's been affected by the floods.
Absolutely. We gotta be our own Superman. We gotta take care of one another as people,
Right.
no matter what color, creed, take care of each other. Hey, say you love your people, hug on your people when you're there, because you never know what the next day entails. But hey, until then, this is the I Snuck in Here podcast. And thank y'all for sneaking in. And when you sneak out, don't get caught by the cops. We out.
Yeah.